I've been hosting this podcast for over 2 years, and I fail to see what writing an introduction has to do with movie survival. And on top of that, they've got me babysitting some quarterback punk named Johnny Unitas or something. You're a real Blue Flame special, aren't you, son? Young, dumb, and full of cum. I know. What I don't know is how you got assigned here. Guess we must just have ourselves an arsehole shortage, huh? Speak into the microphone, squid brain.
John C. McGinley is my guest on How to Survive, reciting his famous quotes from Point Break.
Hello, and welcome to episode 145 of the How to Survive podcast. My name is Joe, and joining me as ever, fresh out of the FBI Academy, Chris Morris. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good, mate.
Good.
Up for it this week?
Absolutely, mate. I want to feel the rush.
Yeah, this is the only way. I mean, some people will stick a needle in their vein to get that rush.
Yeah.
Not me. I talk about movies and how to survive in them.
Yeah. What a film it is this week.
Yeah, Point Break this week, the 1990 original, not the 2015 remake. 2016?
1991, Joe, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
The year we were born.
Catherine Bigelow.
Yeah. Produced by her then husband, I think, James Cameron. And it's got all the hallmarks of an action movie, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Action.
It's a movie.
Yeah, characters, a plot. They're all there.
Barely there. But you can find them.
Yeah. We're
If
going
you look hard enough.
to talk about the movie. We're going to talk about the things we liked and the things we didn't like about it. But debate it. I liked it. I don't think you did. But we'll find out while we discuss it. We will be spoiling the movie rotten. If you haven't seen it, you've had 28 years to do so. No, you haven't. 27 years.
Yeah,
My
easy
age.
maths.
Yeah. Well, that's that. We're going to talk about it, aren't we?
Yeah. After this.
The ultimate rush. Nothing that comes close to it. Not even sex.
We are the ex-president.
Total commitment. It's a real thin line between life and death.
I'm not a crook.
It's not tragic to die doing what you love. If you want the ultimate, you gotta be willing to pay the ultimate price.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and please don't forget to vote.
You want to nail the bank robbers and be a big hero? Definitely. The ex-presidents are surfers.
You're trying to tell me the FBI is going to pay me to learn to surf?
Fear causes hesitation. Hesitation will cause your worst fears to come true.
We'll take you to the edge. Past it.
This is gonna be a great day, Johnny.
Think taxpayers would like it, Utah, if they knew that they were paying a federal agent to surf and pick up girls?
Babes.
Big one.
The correct term is babes, sir.
Quick recap of the plot, Chris, for anyone who hasn't seen Point Break or hasn't seen it in a while. Point Break tells the story of Johnny Utah. Johnny is a country boy and an all-American football star who had a scholarship to college on a law degree and was going to become a professional NFL player, but took a terrible knee injury and went for his second choice of becoming a special agent in the FBI.
Yeah.
We join Johnny on his first day on the job at the Los Angeles Bank Robberies Department at the FBI. Oh, no.
How many do they say there are a year?
1 million was
Yeah,
it? They've got like mainframe computers doing the data.
500 bank robberies every day. There's more than we have banks.
Johnny is paired up with Pappas, a curmudgeonly, world-weary agent who has been working on the case of the ex-presidents for a number of years. The ex-presidents rob banks dressed as ex-presidents, and they have eluded the FBI for 23 bank robberies because they are so slick.
What's 23 bank robberies in dog years?
Why?
Because you said it like it's a unit of time. They've eluded them for 23 bank robberies.
Well, I think it's about 4 years.
Right.
But it's been a few years, but not too many. but they only operate during 4 months of the year. Chris. Interesting. Maybe that's a clue. Pappas decides that
They keep leaving sand everywhere.
based on a variety of incidental evidence, such as tan lines in CCTV footage and oil recovered from a crime scene, which he purports to be the oil used on surfboards,
Yeah.
that the ex-presidents
Don't question it.
are surfers.
Yeah.
Pappas convinces Johnny to go undercover as a surfer to root them out. But the problem is, Johnny can't surf.
Oh, no. What a nightmare.
Johnny learns to surf from Tyler, a beach babe. They fall in love, and Tyler introduces Johnny to her ex-boyfriend, Bodie. Bodie is intelligent, athletic, philosophical,
And a bank robbery.
and prepares thoroughly for everything. He seems to be opposed to all forms of organisation and enjoys riding against authority. He is also a surfer.
And independently wealthy through mysterious means.
Despite the obvious similarities between Bodie and literally all of the ex-presidents,
Yeah.
Johnny turns his attention to a group of Nazi surfers, which in terms of nicheness is a subculture second only to bank robber surfers.
Yeah. Oh, Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot Chili Peppers is one of the Nazis.
Yeah.
Just popping up.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Why not?
He signed up for that. Thought that's fun. I'm happy to be a Nazi.
Yeah.
The Nazis are cooking crystal meth but aren't bank robbers.
Yeah.
We find out after a fight. And loads of people die.
Yeah.
It's quite intense.
worthwhile.
It's good. It's a good bit of action, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny finally puts 2 and 2 together and works out that Bodie and his friends are the ex-presidents after all.
Yeah. He figures it out because Bodie uses a surfboard made completely out of dollar bills.
Basically, yes. Johnny and Pappas accost the group following a robbery, and a wild chase ensues. After some small-scale skirmishes, Johnny chases Bodie, who is still in costume, across LA on foot. Johnny re-aggravates his knee injury, and despite being able to bring Bodie down by shooting him, lets him escape, choosing instead to fire his gun into the air. Shortly afterwards, Johnny and Tyler fall out when Tyler learns the truth about Johnny's identity. She leaves.
That's an argument that takes place in his flat
Yes.
that he just goes back to. That's fine. Good advice for any undercover operatives there. If you've been made by, I'm just going to say it now. This is one of my How to Survive ideas.
Yeah.
Early doors. If you're an undercover agent, you've been made by the criminal you're chasing, don't worry about it. Also, make sure you use your real name.
Johnny is then visited by Bodie.
That's Johnny Utah.
Agent Johnny Utah.
Yeah.
Special Agent Johnny Utah,
Yeah.
who was a rising star in the football scene as well. And is known to literally everyone.
Yeah.
Minus celebrity.
Yeah.
Minus celebrity Johnny Utah is then visited by Bodie
Visited where?
in his flat.
Yeah. What? His registered address?
By Bodie and his friends.
What's he doing there?
The ex-presidents. And they enjoy...
The egg president.
They enjoy an exciting skydive. It's a great day out, but is ruined when Bodie reveals that he's kidnapped Tyler and tied her up as an insurance policy to prevent Johnny turning them in. They plan to escape town, but not before one final robbery. The robbery goes wrong when Bodie gets greedy, and one of the ex-presidents dies along with several civilians. Johnny has been implicated in the crime and is also arrested, but is rescued from jail by Pappas, who drives him to the airport to head off the remaining ex-presidents. At the airport, Pappas and the remaining ex-presidents are killed in a firefight. Bodie escapes with Johnny as a hostage, and they fly to Mexico. They land, and Bodie escapes, leaving Tyler with Johnny.
You say they land.
Oh yeah, they jump out the plane.
That's quite a downplaying what is a pretty high point in the action, which is Bodie and his dead friend throw themselves out of a plane, and then Johnny Utah, who doesn't have a parachute, dives after them with no parachute and tackles Bodie in midair and holds
a
him
gun
at
to his
gunpoint.
head And like they both are like in a stalemate over who's going to pull the cord.
Yeah.
Great stuff. In a coda, Johnny is in Australia during a terrible storm. He finds Bodhi on the beach and arrests him with the backing of the entire Australian police force. Bodhi asks Johnny to let him ride one more big wave, and he does. Bodhi is seen crashing out under a huge wave. An Australian policeman says, "We'll get him when he comes back in, mate." Johnny says, "He's not coming back," then throws his FBI badge into the sea.
Yeah.
And that's Point Break.
It is.
So, Hot Shot. What do you think? Good to see Hot Shot used as well.
Yeah.
Because that's what Dennis Hopper's character in Speed called Keanu Reeves' character in Speed.
Yeah.
So Keanu Reeves, 2 movies. I didn't look on IMDb trivia for this movie.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's like glowing red at the top.
Yeah.
In this movie, he was called Hot Shot by an elder man.
Yeah.
And in another movie, the same thing happened.
Yeah. This could almost be a prequel
Or
to
sequel.
Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really could. And that is to say that Keanu Reeves basically has no characterization whatsoever.
We'll talk about that.
It's
Now,
okay.
you're-
I didn't love it. It's okay. It's a serviceable 90s action film. It's just like I think the thing that annoys me most about it is that the COD philosophy stuff of the surfers grates on me because the film seems to be mostly on their side. Like particularly when you think about the film's conclusion, right?
Yeah, right.
So it's like, so the film is trying to suggest, yeah, they're right. Like this is the ultimate rush, and life's not worth living after you've experienced it. And you know, if you can't have this in your life, then your life isn't worth living. Right? Bodhi would rather die in pursuit of that ultimate rush than go to prison. Right.
Right, but I don't think that is the truth. That case, I
No,
think.
but what I'm saying is that the film has like that sort of philosophy, but then the narrative suggests that the pursuit of that sort of ultimate rush thing is a hedonistic endeavor that ends in violence because there's no way to countenance that with civilized society, basically. So, I mean, as I mentioned last week with regards to mountain climbing, I don't like the idea of doing extreme sports or surfing, and I don't generally find the pursuit of that sort of thing an engaging concept. And so maybe that's why the film left me cold, because the film seems to be so like in favor of that way of life. Like Johnny Utah throws his badge in the ocean and essentially quits the FBI because he's seen this other way of life. And he's like, you know, I can't, you know, nothing will compare. And I was such a straight-laced FBI law student guy before, but now that I've realized that I can surf.
Yeah, I've grown my hair back.
Yeah, exactly. There's no point in continuing with that career. I've seen the light.
I disagree. I wonder whether you've noticed the mask of the film but not seen under it. That's
okay. Well, what do you think is under it?
Patrick Swayze's an idiot the whole time.
Right.
He's always an idiot. He's the smart idiot, but he's an idiot. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, but I still think the film takes his side.
I don't think it does.
I'm not saying it's the film's message is that bank robbing is okay, but I think the film is in favor of like, you know, get out there, surf, like live a hedonistic, like
because he's
extreme
like,
sports
surf every day.
Yeah, because it's you know, the film is repeatedly hammering home the message that there's like no rush, like catching a big wave.
I guess I see what you're saying. I think that's not quite it though.
Really?
Yeah, because he gets a rush out of chasing him. Like he got his rush from catching him. That was his rush. That was his big wave. Keanu Reeves' big wave was catching Patrick Swayze.
Yeah. Well, so now he's gonna quit.
That was his big wave.
Right.
So he's like, there's nothing I can do now. He's just gonna go surf with his girlfriend.
Right. I'm not convinced.
You don't need to be. I loved the movie. I thought the last 10 minutes lost me. I think the ending is a bit weird.
Yeah.
I would rather it had ended without the coda, I think. Because that, like, the whole, like, letting him go and kill himself is a bit like, well, That's weird. Why wouldn't you just say no?
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Australian police would be like really mad at you.
Like, you can throw your badge in the water all you want,
but you've still got questions to answer.
Yeah, you're still going to face criminal prosecution for dereliction of duty and
wasting police
gross
time.
negligence. Yeah.
It's strange. No, I love that. I love the action stuff was pretty good, mate. I'd say it's a hysterical film, but it's a measured hysteria.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's an insane premise, as we found when trying to recap it, because it's funny.
It's so ridiculous.
But it's perfectly executed. It's a physical film where the action is realistic. It reminded me of something like Casino Royale, where if someone gets punched, they feel it. You feel it.
Yeah.
Right? There's a scene where Keanu Reeves' head is about to be fed into a lawnmower, and you really are gritting your teeth because it looks like it would hurt.
I wonder if I wish it was more outlandish, though.
You
like
want it
if
to
the
be
action
more-
was more over the top. Because I don't think you can enjoy this on the level of, say, Heat, right? Which is a you can enjoy that on the level of a serious crime drama, right? Whereas this is almost like it's because the premise is so preposterous. It's setting its stall out as a insane action movie, but then the film that actually goes around that is like the action is relatively pedestrian, aside from him throwing himself out of a plane.
I don't think so. I think it's never meant to be that much. It's just meant to be a guy who learns to surf.
But then that's what I'm saying is that I wish it was more outlandish.
Well, I watched the trailer for the remake, and in that it looks like it's more like Triple X, for instance, which I don't think would fit this film.
No, I'm not saying there is some middle ground between Point Break and Triple X.
It's not that he became a surfer in order to catch a surfer, while surfing.
Yeah.
He just had to infiltrate the group, right? He was undercover.
Yeah, but it's not a compelling undercover film, is it?
No, I suppose.
It's not like The Departed.
No, right, yeah.
And he doesn't, basically, his going undercover is learning to do a hobby that he then enjoys, right? He doesn't have to lie about his name or his background or anything like that. Any of the tension about being undercover in films where people are undercover is absent from this film, because he basically lives a double life until, through basically his own negligence he gets made, and then just does nothing about it,
right?
Because there's seemingly no consequence for him being made, other than his girlfriend gets kidnapped and the final act of the film is caught up. But Bodhi doesn't come and try and kill him or anything, right? Whereas if it was The Departed or a similar undercover film, then you would expect it to, those films have that constant bed of tension.
There is that tension though. They're in the plane and he's like, is this
it's the parachute. That's a well done scene.
Yeah.
But that they know that he's an FBI agent. There's absolutely no ambiguity, because Bodhi has literally seen him running after him and pointing his gun at him.
Yeah, but you
if there was some ambiguity,
the ambiguity is what's going to happen next.
It is, but then
did you not find the skydive scene when they were all doing it just breathtaking? I thought it was amazingly shot.
It's very well shot. It's very very well made film.
Yeah.
Apparently they had to do 55 skydives.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Which is mad. I think in the new Mission Impossible film, there's a skydive related stunt, and Tom Cruise had to do it 140 times, which is insane. How many times can you realistically skydive in a day?
Oh my God.
But
right.
I don't know.
If I put it to you this way, right? The movie is about obsession, like we said last week, obsession in the pursuit of something, right? That's what Vertical Limit was about, and that's what this whole extreme sports thing is about. And I know that leaves you cold, but let's suppose you were to that mind, obsessing over something until you succeed at it, right? You've got Bodhi a bank robber, and he's obsessed about getting it right and getting the thrill of the bank robbery. That's what it is. He's not robbing the bank for anything other than thrilling.
Yeah.
You've got Johnny Utah, who is obsessive about solving the case. Something that Gary Busey wasn't. he was like giving up. He's like, fuck it. Like,
Okay.
he was like a washed up
Yeah.
like agent who was like not interested anymore. And it took someone who is obsessive as Keanu to come in and solve the problem.
Yeah, I understand that.
And he learned from surfing that you can only do it by practicing and keeping at it
Yeah.
and seeing it through.
Yeah, but that's not a compelling crime drama narrative, is it?
Well, yeah, it is.
It's not.
All the crime stuff was good.
So compelling crime drama, things like that, right? They tend to be where someone has to engage in some sort of like seriously. Those sorts of undercover films are normally compelling because someone has to engage in a behavior that is, deeply contrary to their
Like robbing a bank?
right. But he doesn't volunteer for that. He's
Right.
brought along as
a hostage.
as a
Yeah.
hostage, right?
Right, yeah.
So, like, if he had to rob banks, that would be more compelling because it's like maybe he gets into the gang as an undercover bank robber, right? And then starts to like it, and then it's that conflict is there, right?
That's a different film. This is a film about a
No,
guy
I
who
know,
learns to surf.
but that's what I'm saying is that's why the undercover part of it left me cold. Similarly, in The Departed, you feel the tension in Leonardo DiCaprio's character when he's like beating up people or like going along to assassinations,
drug
right?
deals, whatever,
yeah, because there's that division in his character, right? Because he's at the core, everything that he's having to do is contrary to his moral compass.
It may be unfair to compare what is like modern day Shakespeare in The Departed to Point Break.
Yeah, okay, fine. But then what I'm saying is that I didn't enjoy this film on a sort of shallow blockbuster action level either. Like it's not got the high concept thrills of Speed for me.
Well, you mentioned Speed. Do you think Point Break is the most preposterous high concept crime movie out there? Because
it's a very good ridiculous premise.
Yeah, an FBI agent learns to surf in order to solve bank robberies. Is pretty high concept.
It is high concept, but then so it's not as good as Speed, and that's the film that I keep coming back to. And I think in that sense, Point Break's less enjoyable as an all-out action movie, and it's not smart enough to be enjoyed as a serious crime drama, and it's somewhere in between, and it's this odd middle ground for me.
I think it's as good as Speed. Speed loses its way.
I don't know, mate. I love Speed. I love it.
I love Point Break. I love Speed as well.
Fair enough.
They're very similar.
It just left me more cold. I think my issue is that Point Break's just not more outlandish or entertaining in its execution.
Do you think it's more crazy than Face Off?
No. Face Off is like exactly the sort of film that I'm talking about. Face Off is the film, again, that's got a high concept. That's a high concept crime film. It's got that undercover thing, right? And in that, Travolta or Cage as Travolta as Cage, when he's doing outlandish, insane things, that's enjoyable because you know the underlying tension of it. Yeah. And also, it's a film where two men have their faces swapped.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Here's a question. Is the film's weakness the fact that Keanu Reeves is relied on to be the tension in it?
Possibly.
He does not do that.
He's probably at his lowest affect that I've ever seen.
Even as Neo.
Yeah, but it works for Neo.
Yeah.
In this, it's just like... Do you remember in Speed?
Yeah.
I'm coming back to Speed. At the start of the film, we laughed because there's a scene where they're standing around the elevator, all the SWAT team, and the commander goes like... is there anything that's going to stop the elevator if it falls? And Keanu Reeves is like chewing gum. And he in my head, he's like got headphones on or something as well. He's like bopping along to it. He goes, yeah, the basement. And it's like, there's more character in that one moment than there is in the whole of this film.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to describe most Keanu Reeves characters outside of like their job and their clothes.
He's just weird in it. Patrick Swayze is good. By the way, his hair is ridiculous.
It's great.
Like the film gets a point from me just for that.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost like unsightly, his hair.
Yeah.
Like it's
Needs to be locked up.
like dissonant to his body. I don't know.
He talks like a businessman, right? He's just
Right.
like totally like
Yeah.
like. But Patrick Swayze does. He's like well spoken and authoritative, but then he looks like Bronze God Beach Bum.
Yeah, it's odd. He's good. Everyone else in the film is pretty forgettable, apart from Gary Busey.
Gary Busey's great.
Yeah, and John C. McGinley, who I'm fascinated by John C. McGinley. He's basically like Rent-A-Thug in every 90s action film.
Yeah.
Like he crops up in The Rock, he's in Platoon, like all those sorts of films. And then in the 2000s, he just spent like 10 years being Dr. Cox in Scrubs.
Yeah.
And
But he's Dr. Cox in Scrubs in this.
yeah, but
as
that's
an FBI man.
Well, basically Scrubs must have hired him because they wanted that. They wanted like Ali Emery.
A fast-talking angry man.
Yeah, they wanted Ali Emery to as good as anyway to be their grumpy doctor.
Do you think across the board is this the best casting or the worst casting ever?
Are those the only two options?
Yes. I mean, you need
The
characters.
casting's fine. The casting is like
Right.
all the actors suit their roles.
Right, exactly. But are they like
None of them are any good.
well,
though.
okay, you need characters with range who play two people at the same time, right? And every character in this film, I think, has two sides to them.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves is a beach bum, which he plays pretty well when he's doing like, "What up, dude?" He's passable as a beach bum. Think of like Bill and Ted. Like he can do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Fine.
He can do like Cowabunga dude.
Yeah.
He's also an FBI agent. Think of like John Wick. Like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
can do that.
Well, I mean, you haven't seen John Wick, have you?
No.
You desperately need to see John Wick.
Right.
It is the most fun. John Wick and John Wick 2,
Yeah.
they are just an absolute joy.
Okay.
There was a moment I was watching John Wick 2 not too long ago. There's a bit where a certain British comedy actor turns up.
Okay.
Like, just, it is outrageous. Like, it is so, like, and for every other person watching the film, like American-wise, it would mean absolutely nothing to them. But the fact that this guy is in it,
Okay. I don't know who it is. That's interesting.
it is outrageous. And the character that he plays as well, like, it's a 30-second scene, but I was like, I was in bits. It's so good.
I'll check it out. Well, you got the two sides of Keanu there.
Yeah.
Do you agree that he's good for someone who can comfortably play a surfer and comfortably play an FBI agent?
I suppose so, yeah. The good thing about Keanu Reeves is that he does give, like, physically, he gives everything.
Yeah, he's a
to
very
it.
physical performer.
Like, you've seen those
the
videos
YouTube
of him
But the movie
training.
opens on that, basically.
Right, yeah.
Patrick Swayze is very believable as both an athletic bank robber and a bronze god beach bum.
Yeah.
Like I completely believe it. When he's skydiving and doing like ballet, you're like, well, this is what a man.
Yeah.
What a man.
Yeah.
And I look a bit like him.
You
so
do
that's-
look a bit like him.
that's
yeah,
fine.
Famously.
And Gary Busey has to play two roles, doesn't he? He has to play someone who could hold down a job
Yeah.
and Gary Busey.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got the guy from Scrubs you mentioned there.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing both a doctor and an FBI agent.
Yeah.
And then-
Everyone, yeah.
And then Laurie Petty
Yeah.
plays Laurie Petty, doesn't she? You ever seen her anything else?
Orange is the New Black, isn't she?
Same person, but with like trauma. And then she's a bit I mean, she's mentally ill in Orange is the New Black. Very
Yeah.
well played. Very well played role, and highly recommended.
Yeah.
Now,
Good luck to her.
yeah, is it okay? There's a bit of a like zebra. Which way is the zebra striped? Is it white with black spot? Is it white with black stripes or black with white stripes? Is Keanu a beach bum acting like an FBI agent, or an FBI agent acting like a beach
No,
bum?
I think it's maybe there's a point in which the film.
No, but I mean Keanu Reeves in real life.
Oh.
Which one is he more like?
Oh, I think he's more the stoic. Although he rides motorbikes and stuff, doesn't he? And he
he's a
plays in
martial
rock
artist.
band.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. He
He's just
a fascinating.
He's
man,
the coolest man ever.
yeah,
I think.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, you know
very-
how like Tom Cruise gets a lot of praise for being like so invested in his roles and being
Yeah.
like the perfect man for every role. Keanu Reeves is
He's up there.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, totally.
good movies, right? Are when you can think about, and this is probably more of a point in your camp of like it's a bad film. They're good when you can think about what a character's doing when they're not on screen and it makes perfect sense. And a bad example of that would be something like Friday the 13th Part 2, which opens with the victim of Friday the 13th Part 1 who survived. And she's just being stalked around her house by Jason, who appears to have just like got like hundreds of miles from Crystal Lake. And you're like, how did he do that? How did no one notice him? Did he walk? Like, you just start asking questions. You're like, what does he do when he's not being filmed killing people? Like, what is Jason's life? And it falls apart. The whole thing becomes ridiculous. What does Gary Busey do between scenes in this? It's like, just, what is he doing?
Eats meatball subs, Joe.
That's it.
Yeah.
2 at a time. That's it. And jumps in pools. Like, Keanu Reeves, when he's not on screen, you go, well, he's probably surfing because he has that built into the thing. Every character in this film is probably surfing when they're not on screen.
Yeah.
Except Gary Busey. And he's like, what do you do for, like...
No wonder they were so hard to find.
Yeah, you're on one case.
Yeah.
And your partner's continually like at work. Where are you? What are you doing? Maybe that's a nice How to Survive tip, but we'll come to that shortly. Bank robberies, Chris. They don't make them like they used to. Is it the best thing in a film ever?
There are certainly a lot of good ones. Heat, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Place Beyond the Pines.
That's oh my god. I think like that is one of the most tense movies I've ever seen. First time I saw it. Second time I saw it, it was like a GCSE project, which is a bit weird.
Right.
It fell apart
Okay.
on the rewatch.
Hell or High Water. That's very good.
That is good, yeah.
Yeah, they tend to be...
Because you understand the stakes. You understand that a gun in your face means you might die, but you're almost always on the bank robber's side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the bank
That's how
robber.
they feel. Yeah, because the reason for that is because the fun bit is the escape.
Yeah.
It's playing cops and robbers, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why it's exciting and engaging.
Yeah, you're complicit with the action, as you said with Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Something that was lacking in that film. But what do you know about bank robbery in movies?
Bank robbery in movies.
In my bank robbery in movies quiz.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and they are about bank robberies in movies. Question 1. In The Bank Job from 2008, which stars Saffron Burrows, where have you heard her before?
I don't know.
Deep Blue Sea.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Still find her.
Yeah. What is the object of the heist? Is it A, a Pink Panther diamond, B, compromising photos of Princess Margaret, or C, the world's most expensive perfume of which only one bottle was ever made?
Isn't it the compromising photos?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
I believe I've, if not seen the whole thing, I've seen bits of it, I believe. Jason Statham.
Yes, great.
Yeah.
Question 2. Why is Spike Lee's 2006 Inside Man so called? A,
I know the answer to this as well.
the robber smuggles the stolen money out inside of him.
Inside Man.
The robber is a member of bank security and has been manipulating all the other members of bank staff into the robbery, so it turns out that they're all in on it. Or C, the
It's
robber,
the one where he's in the walls.
the robber was living in the walls of the bank. By the way, that one about the security guy manipulating everyone and they all don't realise they're in on it.
Right.
Fucking good idea for a film.
There you go, mate. Copyright, How to Survive.
3.
Yeah.
So you're 2 for 2. 3. In the Town from 2010,
Yeah.
the robbers plan to A, enter dressed as police and leave dressed as paramedics. B, enter dressed as baseball players and leave dressed as fans. Or C, enter dressed as women and leave dressed as men.
Police paramedics, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah.
Seen it?
I think so.
Fucking hell. You watch a lot of bank robbery films.
Apparently.
Question 4. In Dog Day Afternoon, what is Sonny Wardsick's reason for robbing the bank?
Because he's got a transgender boyfriend.
A, to pay college tuition for his 8 children. B, to pay for gender reassignment surgery for his wife. Or C, to build a basement under his house in case of a nuclear disaster.
It would be the transgender wife.
Yes, correct. Very good film. I think that's one of my favourite films. Seen that as well, have you?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Baby Driver?
Yep.
Well, this might stump you. Which of these songs did not appear on the Baby Driver soundtrack?
Okay.
A. Hocus Pocus by Focus. B. Deborah by T-Rex. Or C. The Message by Grandmaster Flash.
See the Message by Grandmaster Flash.
Have you got the soundtrack?
No, but Deborah is the one that he plays to her in the diner.
Yeah.
And Hocus Pocus by Focus is the foot chase.
Final question. In Swordfish, Hugh Jackman plays a hacker.
Yeah.
Seen it?
Yeah.
Who is forced to hack into a secure government server at gunpoint. Well, what happens? A. His house is firebombed by live video link-up. B. His wife is suspended over a cliff edge and will be dropped if he fails. Or C. You may as well just tell me.
Halle Berry gives him a blowjob?
I don't think
Or
she gives him a blowjob.
Someone gives him a blowjob.
Someone gives him a blowjob.
Yeah.
Yeah. John
Clean
Travolta, I think.
sweep. That's what they call that, Joe. 7 out of 7.
Good stuff, mate. I'm impressed. You know your bank robberies.
But do I know how to survive?
That's the real question.
Well, I mentioned it earlier during the recap, and it's not often that I step in during the recap to offer a survival tip, but it's so egregious that Johnny Utah both continues to introduce himself as Johnny Utah when he's undercover. Now, this seems reckless to me.
He also carries, when he goes to the beach, a walkie-talkie, a gun, and a badge.
See also, don't send a college football star with a recognisable face to go undercover. It's a lot like that urban myth about Bruce Lee not dying and he actually works for the Hong Kong police undercover.
Right.
Because obviously
the most recognisable
most famous person. You want the most famous Chinese movie star of all time to be undercover. And similarly, you want, a minor sports celebrity just to increase the risk of them being recognised.
I mean, the one person he's trying to hide from recognises him in 1 second.
Yeah, exactly. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
I mean, the plan itself is being run by Gary Busey, who appears to manage things from his car while looking through
and
binoculars.
live out of it as well. Yeah.
Weird stuff.
I mean, I think I've made my peace with that already. So what about you?
I'm going to give you a quick mealy mouth one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of unchecked fires in Bodie's house. He's got people fire eating, fire breathing, paper lampshades indoors, and they go in another room and there's about 500 candles in there. It must be a fucking inferno.
Yeah, it must be so hot.
Yeah, exactly.
You're in California already.
And they enter that room. It was unoccupied otherwise. The house could burn down anyway. They could buy another house with money, but still, it's a risk.
Yeah.
People tend to die in house fires.
They do, yeah.
And imagine going around afterwards, blowing all those out.
Out of breath.
Yeah. But that's just, that's not really how to survive tip. It's just an observation. My tips for the ex-presidents, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Now you recall they're all dead.
Mm-hmm.
And how would you identify those 4 people?
From their presidential masks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
it's a calling card, Joe, isn't it?
That's the one thing you don't want if you're a bank robber.
No.
I mean, I understand a calling card if you want to be called. They don't want to be called.
No.
You've seen the FBI.
Do you think it's part of the thrill, like the fact that they're basically taking ownership of a lot of the different crimes, aren't they? And it's considering that he also moons the security camera on the way out.
Yeah.
Like, is it not just an arrogant, we're back again and you're still not going to catch us?
Yeah, maybe, but there's no... I mean, they don't appear to be surfing for any sense of celebrity. It's just for the thrill of it, right?
Yeah.
They're agents of chaos in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
They jump out of planes. No one's filming it. They are, but, they're not doing that for any celebrity.
I suppose so, yeah.
So fuck the celebrity.
I guess it's the thrill, though, isn't it? And that's what they're doing it all for.
But there's a thrill in a bank robbery without dressing up.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And what I'm saying is...
They would have, but they wouldn't be dead.
We've seen the FBI's databases, mainframe computers running all sorts of algorithms on clusters of data.
Yeah.
If that's the case, don't leave a pattern.
Yeah.
One thing you don't want, if you don't want to be detected, is a pattern of behaviour.
Mhm.
And they got caught for that exact reason.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah, you are right. So you're saying just commit them sort of randomly, different masked outfit each time.
Ex-Prime Ministers.
Try and
next
change
week.
it up each time. Yeah. Yeah.
Ex-World Cup winners.
Yeah. Always X something.
Yeah. I've fallen into the same trap.
Yeah. Again, I alluded to this earlier. Don't continue living at your home address after you've been made during an undercover operation. Don't live at home during an undercover operation at all.
No. Get a motel.
Yeah. He knows that Bodhi knows who he is. He continues to live at home. Surprise, surprise. Bodhi kidnaps him from his house.
Yeah. In The Departed, William Castigan Jr. does a year in prison for aggravated assault, which he actually does.
Yeah.
It does, right?
Yeah. It's the cranberry juice guy.
Yeah, right. He does a year and then comes out and lives in he's got to go to probation. He's living as a criminal.
Yeah.
It's undetectable for anyone except for Gary Oldman. Right?
Yeah. Martin Sheen.
He's
And
Gary
Mark
Oldman.
Wahlberg.
Gary Oldman's not in it, is he?
No.
Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
Anyone except Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
Right, that's how you go undercover.
Yeah. Yeah.
All Keanu Reeves does is buy a surfboard.
Yeah, it literally is. He doesn't even change his name. Absolutely outrageous.
Oh, they call me Huck or something.
Yeah. Now,
So, I mean, that's a
yeah. That seems reckless to me, Joe. Now, I'm sensing a theme. It's as though he's some sort of junkie for risk and putting himself in dangerous situations. Do you think he's doing it to get the thrill of all the time that he's at home? He's just pumped full of adrenaline
because the door could get kicked in at any moment, right?
Yeah, but just stay at a hotel or something, for goodness sake.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. Surely the FBI would have enough money for a $6 motel or something.
Yeah.
Next point, mate. You remember when we watched Armageddon?
Mm-hmm.
What was your tip there? Your big tip?
Get the right people for the job.
You right?
Yeah. Get a surfer to do
Don't
it.
train a fucking driller operator to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
Train an astronaut to be a driller.
So train a surfer to be an FBI agent.
Yeah. Just get an informant. Just go to the surf bar and go, do you surf with Bodhi? Yeah. What does he do? Where does he live? Thank you. I'm going to go around his house and just stake it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
That's more.
It's easier.
Yeah.
It's the path of least resistance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Good.
Hard to argue with that.
Yeah. Hire a surfer, mate. Don't
Yeah.
hire an FBI agent to surf. Hire a surfer to FBI agent.
Correct. Yeah. Exactly. My final point is for the final scene of the film.
Go on.
Johnny Utah sneaks up behind Bodhi. They have a conversation. They have a fight, and then Johnny Utah handcuffs him. Just handcuff him straight away.
Yeah.
Sneak up behind him on the beach. He doesn't know he's there until he throws the mask down in front of him.
Yeah.
Because Bodhi's so focused on the storm.
He went and bought that mask, mate.
Yeah,
Must have gone to a shop.
Probably
and
bought it in America and then flew over with it.
Yeah,
He's been flying around the world
like,
with it.
When these things happen off screen, you go, oh. He went in a shop and said, "Do you have a Reagan mask?" And they go, "Yeah, we got a Reagan mask. We got young Reagan. No, I need Reagan when he's about 60."
Yeah. Oh, what, like those bank robbers?
Yeah.
Wait, weren't you that guy who's accused of robbing a bank? You said it was all a setup. Why are you buying a mask now? Well, I'm going to go and fly around the world in pursuit of him. Yeah, just walk up to him, handcuff him. Job done. He might scream and shout and beat you up and everything, but he's not going surfing, is he?
No.
Alternatively, if your plan is to just let him go surfing anyway, just don't handcuff him.
Yeah. It seems a pointless thing.
Yeah. Why not shoot him dead? Waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I honestly was like, the better ending would be Keanu going, no. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the more compelling ending. It's like Bodhi never got to ride the wave because of all the crimes that he committed.
People died in his hands.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Whereas the film's like, oh, well, he still deserves it because he's lived a rad life.
It's what he wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
He took away people's freedom by killing them.
Yeah.
And he got to die free.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. He's not coming back. Great.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Cheers for that, Johnny.
There's so many people. So many man hours wasted.
Yeah. Johnny Utah's going to prison.
Well, he's already evaded once. I did expect at the end when he's like resting in the surf for Papas to just come out of the side of the screen, just kick him in the head or something.
Yeah, hit him with a surfboard.
Never go anywhere without your partner.
Great.
Final thought, mate.
Yeah.
Do you remember how they found out it was the right beach?
The soil sand sample, chemicals.
It was chemicals in the water in their hair.
Yeah.
Right? And they said these surfers they'll surf on a closed beach because they're so obsessed.
Where there's been a chemical spill.
Just don't do that.
Yeah, don't surf where there's been a chemical spill.
Yeah. It's closed
insanity.
for a reason.
It's insanity.
What are the reasons a beach could be closed?
It's because the man's trying to keep you down.
Chemical spill, danger, sharks in the water.
Yeah.
Someone was murdered there. It's dangerous, basically.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
No.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah. It's like Adam West in Family Guy, where he tries to give himself superpowers by rolling around in radioactive waste, and it just cuts to him in a hospital. And they say, "You've got dozens of cancers."
Many of us do have lymphoma.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous.
What the film should have done is Bodhi strides off towards the wave,
and his hair's falling out.
No, he just collapses from the cancers he's riddled with because he spent his whole life surfing in radioactive water.
Yeah.
Idiot. That's what he is.
Stay
Stay indoors.
So that's my point anyway. Yeah, just don't swim in toxic water.
I think it's a fair and reasonable point, not just for this film, but for life in general.
Yes. And as far as life in general goes, maybe you'd like to tell us about your life and your surviving in movies. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if you know this, Chris, but we've got a YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. youtube.com/HowToSurvivePod. If you want to check it out.
Yeah.
Now, people do comment on there. We've got all of our episodes on there, some video content as well.
Most of our episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a backlog, which we are trying to address.
Chip away at. We had a comment on the It Follows video, which I thought was fairly interesting. And it was about how surviving in movies. A lot of the time it's like, great video, man. And I'm like, well, thanks. But I can't read that out on air.
Yeah.
If I did, we'd be here all day. Great. First. Yeah, first. So we'll
only.
Who gives a fuck about the first? Say something worthwhile.
Yeah.
I mean, keep commenting, keep liking, keep subscribing. Roni Orobio.
Okay.
I don't know. Ronnie Orobio. I don't know. On It Follows. This is spoilers for It Follows, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't seen It Follows, just fuck off. Skip ahead. Here is how I would deal with the course given unlimited resources. Now, we don't have unlimited resources, so your point is invalid.
Yeah.
Build a strong cell. Have sex with someone. Put that person in the cell. Now, videotape everything that happens inside. When it comes to kill her, close the cell. Then spray paint all over so the rest of the world can see it. Now the demon cannot exit the cell, but it is visible. Also, the footage will show that something invisible killed the girl, and then I made it visible with paint. Finally, given unlimited resources, get the cell in a space shuttle or something like that and launch it into space, beyond Earth's gravity field. Now it will be floating in space with no chance to exit the cell or coming back to Earth. And just one person got sacrificed.
Yours sincerely, Elon Musk.
With unlimited resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with unlimited resources, fine.
Yeah, with unlimited resources. Do you know how I'd
way.
stop the ex-presidents with unlimited resources?
Yeah.
Just buy up every bank in the world and
close them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't rob them.
Yeah. Give everyone.
You don't need them. You've got unlimited resources.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Unlimited resources.
Well, if you'd like to email in or leave a comment on the YouTube channel or tweet, email address is howtosurviveshow@gmail.com. Twitter is @howtosurvivepod. YouTube channel is youtube.com/howtosurvivepod.
Yeah, I've enjoyed myself this week. Have you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a rush. It's such a thrill.
Yeah, a real adrenaline junkie.
Yeah,
food stuff. Because it's like it's adrenaline.
Right.
I got pure adrenaline.
Yeah,
and I ate it. I guess in my analogy.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Is that a quote from Point Break? Or?
Yeah. They got some good quotes.
Yeah.
Weird ones.
Yeah.
It's like
none as good as.
I think you look like hammered shit. Was the one.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for listening.
So next week, as we mentioned last week, we're responding to a listener request. So get those requests in if you do like requesting things and having them done.
Yeah.
The movie next week is Circle.
Yeah.
On
Recommended
Netflix.
by Elliot.
Yes. Not The Circle, but Circle.
Yeah.
And following that will be Triangle, rounding off Shapes season. So
Yeah.
don't be a square.
Yeah.
Listen
Very
to
good.
our podcast,
Yeah.
watch those movies, and get ready. Because next week we are an all-round podcast. See you next week. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.